Now, in some news that probably has gone a little bit under the radar, we actually have a short notice replacement fight for the next UFC card, which at the time of me uploading this video is not this weekend, it's the weekend after, but Muin Gafurov has stepped in for Matheus Mendonça to take on John Castaneda on short notice, on about 2 weeks notice, give or take a little bit less than that potentially, but it should be a good fight. Muin Gafurov was rumoured to be on Dana White's Contender Series. He had actually vacated his LFA title a few weeks ago, so there was a lot of rumour going around, like, is Muin Gafurov gonna be on Dana White's Contender Series because he's already vacated his LFA title? And it turns out maybe he was meant to be on Dana White's Contender Series, but on top of that he was waiting in the wings and ready for a short notice opportunity, and it has come as early as a couple of weeks away against John Castaneda, and I think that he can win. I think Muin Gafurov can win this fight. Now, you do look at his record and you do see that loss to Chad Anhaliga. I really think Muin Gafurov did win that fight, and I thought he won it at the time, and I still think he won it at now, and he was kind of robbed of his UFC opportunity a couple of years ago, but he's bounced back and looks better than ever. He knocked out a 15-1 prospect Roberto Souza by KO with his hands, and then he got it done with his feet. He got it done with his kicks against Thiago Silva. He's managed to get a couple of KOs since then for the LFA and becoming the LFA champion as well. On top of that as well, he does have a pretty good wrestling base. He did take down Chad Anhaliga very often. I think he took Chad Anhaliga down like 4, 5 or 6 times in that Dana White's Contender Series fight. And his last loss before that was to John Lineker. And that happens. Like, John Lineker is a bit of a beast, especially 2019 as well, when he was still kind of out there and doing it. Now, he does have a couple of losses earlier on in his career at one championship again to Reese McLaren, who is like a top ranking guy for one championship, and then just another one when he was a little bit younger. But now he's older, he's 27 years old, he's ready for this opportunity, and I think he does beat John Castaneda on short notice. Now, John Castaneda, he is a dangerous guy. He's got some really good wins on his record. He is a more UFC experienced guy, obviously, because Muin Gafurov is making his debut. But on top of that though, John Castaneda has had 4 fights in the UFC already. He's had some really good wins as well, like the first round KO to Eddie Wineland, and the win over Miles Johns is probably like his statement performance, like his best performance yet, when he was able to beat up Miles Johns and then get the submission in the 3rd round. But he did lose to Daniel Santos in a fight that he was winning until he wasn't. He was beating up Daniel Santos, but he blew his load, he gassed out, taking on and taking out Daniel Santos, and Daniel Santos came back and knocked him out. But aside from that as well, he's got a good win over Marcelo Rojo, pre-UFC Marcelo Rojo as well, when Rojo was an absolute beast and beating people up. But yeah, I think Muin Gafurov can get it done. He's a really good striker, but he can lean on his wrestling as well. Castaneda is also a very well-rounded fighter. He's got a good wrestling base, and he's also got good hands. But on top of Castaneda taking on Gafurov, Gafurov's got a good wrestling base to defend takedowns if he has to, and get offensive takedowns if he wants to. I've got Gafurov in this matchup. The majority of the public does as well, mostly by KO as well, which is interesting. I personally feel at this time right now, Gafurov by decision is my pick. I think Castaneda is tough. I think he just completely gassed out against Daniel Santos, and I do think that was a short notice fight because both guys did fight at a catch weight in that fight, to my knowledge anyway. And I think it's going to be a tough fight, but I think Gafurov can get it done. I think he can get it done with the hands and the wrestling. I think he's going to mix it up to win a decision in his UFC debut short notice. And a win would make him 19-4. That's a really good record and would add some more depth to the already extremely stacked bantamweight division. Let me know what you think about this matchup. Let me know what you think about my prediction. Let me know what you think about Castaneda versus Gafurov. Literally anything in the comments below. If you made it this far and you haven't subscribed already, please do. And if you made it this far and you haven't liked the video already, please do as well. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.